Have you ever driven down a lonely road late at night and felt a chill that had nothing to do with the temperature? Hidden in South Georgia, about 300 miles from anywhere you'd call civilization, there's a legend that haunts the back roads near the old Cogdell town center. They call it the Cogdell Spook light. Many have seen it, but not a single soul has lived to tell the tale. This is their story. Our story begins with an old man. Let's call him Avery. He was just trying to get to his overnight shift at the donut shop. This wasn't just any donut shop, though. It was inside the colossal Cogdell Mall, a sprawling consumer paradise twice the size of the Mall of America. To get there, he had to take the old county road, a route that cut right across a set of long abandoned railroad tracks. It was just past midnight. The moon was a sliver in the inky black sky, and Avery's headlights were the only things cutting through the darkness. His radio was playing classic rock because his name was Avery, and that's how he rolled. His music was the only thing that made him happy in this miserable life. As he approached the familiar bump of the railroad crossing, his car's electrical system flickered. The radio cut out, plunging the car into an unnerving silence. That's when he saw it. A single orb-like light materialized out of thin air, hovering directly over the tracks ahead. It wasn't a headlight, it wasn't a reflection. It pulsed with a soft, ethereal glow, shifting from a pale blue to a sickly green. Avery slammed on the brakes, his heart hammering against his ribs. The light seemed to pull at his gaze, its gentle rhythm hypnotic. He tried to look away, to throw the car in reverse, but he couldn't. His body was frozen, his hands locked onto the steering wheel. He was a statue, a prisoner in his own car. Slowly, the light drifted towards him. It passed through the windshield as if it were mere smoke, filling the small space with its chilling luminescence. Avery's mind screamed, but his voice was gone. The light enveloped him, and the world outside his car dissolved into a swirling vortex of color. He felt a sensation not of being lifted, but of being pulled apart and reassembled somewhere else. The disorientation faded, and a new, more profound horror took its place. He was no longer in his car. He was strapped firmly into a cold, metal chair, its design disturbingly similar to an old electric chair. Leather restraints bit into his wrists and ankles. He struggled, but the bonds were unyielding. He was completely powerless. From the shadows that danced at the edge of his vision, figures began to emerge. They were human in shape, but their movements were stiff and jerky, their eyes vacant and lifeless. Zombie slaves, they were entirely stripped away, shuffled towards him. One of them held a large, industrial-looking pair of headphones. As they drew closer, Avery thrashed in the chair, a silent scream trapped in his throat. They didn't hesitate. The zombie-like figures efficiently placed the heavy headphones over his ears, sealing him in a world of impending auditory doom. He couldn't move his head, couldn't raise his hands to tear them off. He was trapped, waiting, and then the sound began. It wasn't a scream or a demonic roar or anything he could have possibly prepared for. To his utter horror, a sound blasted through the headphones, a horribly synthesized, off-key pop song. The vocals sounded like a distorted, robotic imitation of Taylor Swift, singing about glitter and heart-shaped sunglasses over a relentlessly cheerful, mind-numbing beat. The sheer sonic dissonance The weaponized cheerfulness was torture. His body began to convulse violently in the chair, not from fear, but from the auditory assault. It was a cacophony designed to break the mind, a saccharine melody twisted into an instrument of pure agony. So if you ever find yourself on a dark road and a strange light appears, turn back. Do whatever you must, but do not let it catch your eye. The victims of the Cogdell spooklight don't just disappear. They are forced to endure a fate worse than any ghost story, a pop music purgatory from which there is no escape. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this spooky tale, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the shadows. Stay safe out there.